Okay, okay, good to see you. Okay.
Good evening.
I have to say this is one of my most favorite evenings of the year. I just get refreshed and renewed, and it's so exciting to see and hear what our youth are doing. So thank you all for being here tonight. I'm Molly Cummings. I'm the mayor of Hopkins. I'll be the MC and one of the presenters tonight. Let's have another round of applause for the beautiful music that's provided by the Hopkins Public Schools String Ensemble, led by Chuck Kreitzer. What a wonderful way to gather. I'd also like to thank the Glen Lake Optimists of Minnetonka for their generous financial contribution for tonight's event. So thank you to the Optimists. And I'm first going to introduce Tom Chiswick from the Optimists, who's going to say a few words. Tom?
Thank you, Molly. Yes, I'm with the Optimist Club, and we're very proud to be here tonight for this event. It's an honor to recognize all the hard work and effort and time that these youth have put into these well-worthy organizations. A little bit about the Optimists. We're just your local friends, neighbors, co-workers, live in your community here. And one of the things we do is we raise money through Christmas tree sales, and I'd like to thank anybody who's ever bought a Christmas tree at our Christmas tree lot. And we really appreciate it. And I'd like to know that all the money from those tree sales goes into youth organizations. We sponsor oratorical contests, essay contests. We give money for scholarships. We help youth sports teams, singing contests, stuff like that. So thank you for that. And one last item here. We put some literature on your tables. And part of our Optimist Creed, there's a saying in there that I like a lot that I think these youth here today have given us a good example of. And it's to give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. So all the volunteer work that these kids have done, I think they've probably accomplished that already. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, Tom. Again, this year we're going to recognize 21 young people who've given outstanding service to others through their volunteer work. It's done solely because of their commitment to their community and to make the world a better place. These individuals have all been nominated by the organization, school, or faith community for which they volunteer. In today's world of divisiveness and tension, my faith is once again restored when I see the unselfish contribution each of these young people have made. I hope that each of you know the value of your work that reflects your commitment to the community and to others, and I thank you for once again reminding us all that you are the face of tomorrow and that we are in really good hands. So thank you for what you do. I'm going to make a couple of introductions and then we'll have our keynote speaker, but I would like to introduce my fellow presenters, Golden Valley City Council member Larry Finest, and Minnetonka City Council member Brad Wersum. We also have somewhere here Dr. John Schultz, superintendent of the Hopkins Schools, over there, and Doug Bullinger, principal of Hopkins High School. Thank you for being here. So what we're going to do, each of the three of us will read an individual's name, and when we read your name, if you can come up and stand here on this giant blue X while we read a little description of what your volunteer organization that nominated you says about your contribution to the organization, and we'll have some slides, and then you can shake each of our hands and you will receive a certificate there, return to your seat. And at the end of the evening, we'll have everybody come up for a group photo, and then families will be invited in organizations to take some photos of their volunteers that are being recognized. So next, I'm so excited to introduce our keynote speaker, Shirley Bueller. I bet many people in this room know Shirley. Shirley has been a volunteer for his work for ICA for a long time. She's lived in Minnetonka with her family for 39 years, and she's devoted her life to community service. She's been a 4-H leader for 26 years, 4-H is America's largest youth development organization, empowering nearly 6 million young people across the U.S. with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Shirley has also served as a project coordinator for the ICA, our local food shelf, for 16 years. Through her work with ICA, she helps to offer hope as she provides assistance to our neighbors in need. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker for tonight, Shirley Buehler.
Thank you, Molly. That was wonderful. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here today and to have been asked to talk to you. And thanks to the school districts, the cities, and the Optimist Club, we love you, Empty Bowls, and ICA do. Bob and I've lived here in Minnetonka for 39 years. We raised our 4 daughters. They went to Hopkins schools. And we have 11 grandchildren and 1 great-grandbaby. So I guess you can tell I have a passion for volunteering when you heard that bio. I have always enjoyed working with youth. And I guess my parents set a good example, which I'm sure you parents and you teachers and you mentors have done for these kids that are being nominated. You've lifted up volunteering for them, and that's why they are doing it. Whether it was a sports coach or a Sunday school teacher or a homework coach, which a lot of us have done, you have participated in this award tonight. So parents, give yourself a pat on the back because these kids are part of you. I also want to say that my 26 years as a 4-H leader was an amazing event in, I think, my kids' life and my life. I hope and I wish that I could see all those kids and see what became of them. I wished I would have taken count of how many kids went through that program while I was being a leader, but I didn't. So when my youngest daughter started junior high at Hopkins North, I said, okay, I'm gonna quit volunteering and I'm gonna get paid. So I started to look for a job. And I said, that's gonna be hard because I haven't worked since 1962 when we went into the service and I started raising my kids. So I had a lot to get up to speed to do. The company I worked for 12 years was sold. And so I said, okay, that's an opportunity for me to retire because Bob had just retired from SuperValue. I said, we're gonna just have fun, you know? Well, that didn't last very long. We didn't get along too good, being both unemployed. So my pastor, who was the president of ICA at that time, Jeff Childs, said, Shirley, you gotta go over and see the director of ICA. She's lost her assistant and she's in trouble. So 17 years later, I'm still there. That was when ICA had 1 full-time director, volunteers, a part-time bookkeeper, and a treasurer that kept the books by hand. Everything in pencil. We still had volunteers that distributed food 5 days a week out of the little White House on Williston Road. We now operate out of 2 locations and support over 800 families a month with food and support. In those families, more than 1/3 are children. Children who are able to stay in their homes, in their schools, and have a stable life. We're open evenings and Saturdays, allowing youth and working adults to volunteer. We know what restrictions there are even for clients to come to the food shelf, so we are open evenings and weekends. Over 500 volunteers strengthen ICA and help us achieve our mission, which is to offer hope and assistance while upholding the dignity of our neighbors as they strive for self-sufficiency. Did you know that the average hour of traditional volunteering is valued at between $18 and $20 an hour? Can you imagine how much money those $500 saves ICA every day and every year? Most of our volunteers are retired people who have time to commit to doing good, and in the process almost always find a community, which is important in your retired ages. Everyone needs to relate to people who have the same passion and qualities, since volunteering is a choice. No one makes you volunteer. I'd like to tell you about a few of the dear friends I've met at ICA, and one of them is a longtime dear friend, John Kokish. John's here tonight, and he was volunteering when I started working at the Little White House on Williston Road. He felt a calling to help raise up homelessness, so he was sleeping in his tent during the months of November and December until he reached the goal that he set for himself. He also managed our food, donated food at that time, which was spread out in all these storage sheds because we had no warehouse, no room in that house. So he did a wonderful service for us. And John is still working at KTEL. Cheryl Stouse came to ICA after working for Pillsbury. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom with her 2 little girls, so she became our super data person. If you know anything about a business and a food shelf, you have to keep statistics on how many people you serve, how much weight you have taken in, and how much goes out. And she's still tabulating those numbers, only they're a little larger than they were 17 years ago. One of our seasoned volunteers is Marilyn Swanson. And every time I ask her, Marilyn, how many years have you been with ICA? She says, okay, my son was a little tyke and he was riding in his car seat in my car when I was taking people to doctor appointments. And he's in his 50s now. So she's been volunteering a long time. More than 10 years ago, our dear friend, a lot of you people know him, Ron Camps, came into our door. He walked in and he said, I just retired from this big corporate sales company. He was selling computers. And he said, I'm retired and I want something to do. And I said, do we have the opportunity for you? And he's been a volunteer for over 10 years. And he is our super volunteer because he's such a salesman and a huge community person. And you know that if you are in any of the school districts. He works for the schools as much as he works for us. I claim that his wife should pay us for taking him off her hands because he has a lot of energy. Right, Peg? I have also met the most community-minded people you could ever want in our 36 congregations who support IC and all the community businesses who feel this is the best community to live in. So these are just a few of my friends. Why did you volunteer? Being a volunteer means you provide services with no financial gain to benefit another person, a group, or an organization. And it's also renowned for skill development and is often intended to promote goodness or to improve human quality of life. Volunteering has positive benefits for the volunteer as well as for the person or the community served. Volunteering has many positive effects, both academic and personal. Not only does surrounding oneself with new people and learning how to work together as a group help improve teamwork and relational skills, it reduces stereotypes, increases appreciation of other cultures, and works to allow young people to find others that they relate to. It teaches each of us not to judge a person because of their circumstances. And I think most of us at ICA learn to do this every single day someone walks through our door. Through volunteering, you can become a more caring and responsible citizen. Just remember that. Congratulations to each of you, and I hope you carry your passion for volunteering into your future like I did. Thank you.
Wow. Shirley, thank you. And thank you for that, all that you've done over the years. You certainly embody the spirit and the heart of volunteering, and we thank you. We are so fortunate to have you and others who have the commitment to this community and make it what it is. So thank you for that. That's wonderful. Now we're going to start our presentations. So now nobody's nervous, are you, when you get called up? No, okay. So as your name is called, come forward and you can stand right here on the X, and we will read a little description of what your organization that nominated you said about your contribution, and then you can pass through, get your award, and return to your seats. So this is the fun part. Okay, our first award winner tonight is Korinna Bakey. Come on up. Korinna is a Hopkins High School junior and Hopkins resident. She volunteers at Gethsemane Lutheran Church with their Sunday school, confirmation program, and their Ask After School program serving elementary students that attend Ella Smith Elementary School. Every Thursday during the school year for the last 3 years, Korinna has supported youth by leading them in a variety of activities and assisting them with their homework. Social ministry chair at Gethsemane Lutheran Church, Donna Anderson, commends Korinna for being a consistent and dependable member of ASK, the volunteer team. She has had great impact on the lives of many youth in our community. Thank you, Korinna. Next, we have Julia Brazo. She is unable to attend. There are a few people who were not going to be able to attend, but if at the last minute they were, please stand up and come on up. But I believe that Julia was not able to attend. I'm going to read the blurb about her contribution, however, anyway. Julia, a Minnetonka High School junior and Excelsior resident, has volunteered with Minnetonka Aquatics for the last 3 years. She helps with the aquatics programs designed to serve children with special needs and families with financial needs by volunteering at events throughout the school year and teaching free swimming lessons in the summer. Minnetonka Aquatics Director Dan Burvey said, Julia has a passion for swimming and sharing that passion with others. After her first time volunteering, she has been hooked and is always ready to lend a hand for others that may need it. Her efforts have greatly enhanced the experience for the young kids involved. Thank you to Julia. Our next volunteer is Emma Buttress. I believe she was not able to attend tonight either. Emma, a Hopkins High School junior and Golden Valley resident, has volunteered with the Golden Valley Library several times a week for the past 3 summers. She assists the Youth Services Librarian in promoting and presenting summer programs, including music, magic, nature, and book clubs, as well as helping youth find books in the library and keeping library shelves organized. Golden Valley Library Youth Services Librarian Mary Steinbecker said, Emma demonstrates commitment to the library by encouraging the next generation of readers and library users. Her calm and consistent presence at library programs is an asset to the Golden Valley community. So we thank Emma for her volunteer. Next, LaDeja Davis. LaDeja Davis is a Hopkins High School senior and a Minnetonka resident, volunteers in Prism's Marketplace food shelf and thrift shop several times a month, assisting customers and maintaining the appearance of the shop. Prism thrift shop manager Molly Boone said, LaDeja brings a calm confidence and respectful demeanor to her role here at Prism. It is clear that she deeply understands the importance of building healthy and stable lives, beginning with a foundation. She has been such a positive force during her time here at Prism, treating people respectfully and bringing a great sense of humor to her work and interactions. Thank you, LaDeja. The next volunteer we're honoring tonight is also unable to be here, Lauren Dean. Lauren Dean, a Minnetonka High School sophomore and Minnetonka resident, is a longtime Girl Scout and has been taking a leadership role with this organization over the last 6 years. She is very involved with leading younger girls at day camp, empowerment camp, badge activities, and more. She also leads a kindergarten daisy troop. Lauren earned her Girl Scout Silver Award, making a sustainable impact for residents in the memory care unit at the Glen, Minnetonka. Lauren was nominated by Girl Scout leaders Stephanie Whitleder and Lori Powell Anderson. Lori shared, Lauren Dean is one of the kindest people I have ever known. She has amazing determination, is a natural coach and teacher, and can communicate with all ages. Most of all, her volunteer work comes from her innate core values of decency, honesty, and spreading joy in life. So, thank you, Lauren. Our next volunteer is Danielle Dillahunt. Danielle Dillahunt, an 8th grader at Maple Grove Middle School and Plymouth resident, has volunteered with Helping Paws in Hopkins for the last 8 years. Danielle assists with weekly training classes, helps at fundraisers, open houses, and events, and is always willing to help wherever needed. Brenda Hawley, Helping Paws social media and volunteer coordinator, said, Danielle's many hours of service has helped in so many ways. Because of people like Danielle, we can give a best friend service dog to a person in need for free. They in turn receive confidence and independence to be out and about in public. Thank you, Danielle. Do you have a service dog here with you? Okay.
Congratulations and thank you for volunteering.
Our next recipient, Giovanna Garrido-Blanco. Here? Oh, good. Okay, way in the back. You didn't have to run, that's okay. Do you have roller skates? No, that's quite all right. Take your time. Giovanna, a junior at Minnetonka High School and Chanhassen resident, has volunteered with Excelsior United Methodist Church for the last 3 years. Giovanna helps every Wednesday after school and supports youth by planning activities and helping them with homework. She also helps the church translate materials for Spanish-speaking families and helps promote their health fairs and community lunches. Excelsior United Methodist Church Program Supervisor Joanne Robinson said, Giovanna is always willing to help with whatever is needed, and she is an excellent role model. She is intelligent, patient, and calming, and the youth in her program really look up to her. Thank you. Our next recipient is Asiya Gelle. Asiya is a junior at Eagle Ridge Academy and Eden Prairie resident. Has been a volunteer with Mother's Tutoring Academy for the last 3 years. Asiya provides tutoring assistance for students in reading, speaking, math, and science to help them achieve grade-level proficiency. Asiya is also a student commissioner of the Human Rights and Diversity Commission for the City of Eden Prairie. Mother's Tutoring Academy coordinator Ahmed Hassan said, "Asiya's help is highly appreciated. I've been especially impressed by her resolve, energy, and sense of responsibility in our community." Patricia Fenrick, Eden Prairie Community Services Coordinator, said, "Asiya is a bright, thoughtful young woman who has great potential. She has meaningful insights to contribute and cares about her community." Congratulations. Next, Erik Iskra. Erik is a Minnetonka High School senior and Eden Prairie resident, has volunteered for All Saints Lutheran Church on a weekly basis for the last 4 years. Erik is an active volunteer in their confirmation program, on mission trips throughout the United States, an active fundraiser to support issues including hunger and homelessness. All Saints Youth Director Christine Clemens said, "Erik has touched many lives through his humble heart and dedication to All Saints. Erik cares a lot for others and for giving back to the community." Congratulations, Erik. And now I'm going to introduce Brad Wiersum, Minnetonka City Council member, and he is going to read the next group of award winners. Brad?
Thank you, Molly. I'd like to invite the students being recognized for their involvement in Minnetonka Schools Youth Development Council to come forward as a group at this time. Are you it tonight? Okay, well, I think there are 8 of you, correct, being recognized tonight. So I will read the names of everyone involved, and thank you for being here. Savannah Bojwani, a Minnesota High School senior and Excelsior resident, has been a YDC member for 4 years. Louise shared, "Savannah is kind, caring, and service-driven. I appreciate her enthusiasm and excitement to serve those around her." Next is Rob Dow. Rob, a Minnetonka High School senior and Chanhassen resident, has been a YDC member for 4 years. Louise shared, "Rob brings energy and enthusiasm to all of our projects and activities. He really shines at our youth events." Elise Johnson, a Minnetonka High School senior and Eden Prairie resident, has been a YDC member for 4 years. Louise shared, "Elise is very organized and motivated. She is someone I know I can count on to take charge at service events and projects and to do it with a smile." Isa Larus, a Minnetonka High School senior and Chanhassen resident, has been a YDC member for 4 years. Louise shared, "As the 2016-17 co-chair, Isa is a great role model for the younger members of YDC. Her dedication and positivity are infectious within the group, and I appreciate the way she makes those around her feel welcome and part of the group." Max Musselman, a Minnetonka High School senior and Shorewood resident, has been a YDC member for 2 years. Louise shared, "Time and time again, Max has shown his dedication to volunteer work through the Youth Development Council. At the youth events we hold, Max really stands out as a great role model and a leader and puts others before himself." Fiona O'Connell, a Minnetonka High School senior and Wayzata resident, has been a YDC member for 4 years. Louise shared, "Fiona is caring, patient, and I am constantly impressed by her maturity. I can always count on Fiona to take action to make things happen." Jeffrey Week, a Minnetonka High School senior and Excelsior resident, has been a YDC member for 2 years. Louise shared, "As this year's co-chair, Jeff is an excellent leader and a role model for others in the community. And finally, Ben Wiley, a Minnetonka High School senior and Minnetonka resident, has been a YDC member for 2 years, Louise shared. Ben is a great example of a student who is highly involved in his school, but still takes time for volunteer work and giving back. So please join me in recognizing these two folks and the other 6 who could not be here tonight. Congratulations to them. Thank you. Congratulations. Next up is Jane Kyllo. Jane Kyllo, a Hopkins High School senior and Hopkins resident, volunteers with the Hopkins Education Foundation as a student intern. Over the last 2 years, she has supported the foundation fundraising events in many ways, helped organize photo storage for the foundation, and distributed gratitude gift at Hopkins High School as part of the foundation's biannual fundraiser. Hopkins Education Foundation Executive Director Jennifer St. Clair said, "Jane is the consummate intern. Her passion for reaching beyond herself and seeing the broader picture is amazing. Her contributions in our office help us to continue to focus on our mission." Congratulations, Jane. The next recipient is Jessica Melnik. Welcome, Jessica. Jessica Melnik, a Hopkins High School sophomore and Minnetonka resident, created Girls United 2 years ago in order to turn ideas, thoughts, and words into action. Girls United holds monthly meetings that discuss issues specific to girls, such as body image, self-esteem, girls in sports, and perfectionism. In spring 2016, Girls United hosted a STEM Sunday, in which 40 Hopkins students in grades 4 through 6 were led through a number of STEM and community building activities by science and math teachers. Hopkins High School science teacher Lauren Wester said, "Jessica's volunteerism is providing an invaluable education that is often not taught in school. Through Girls United, youth are reflecting on being a girl, building self-confidence, discussing their feelings, learning about each other, planning for the future, and are having fun while doing it." Thank you, Jessica. The next recipient is Brigitte Montminy. I hope I said that reasonably correctly. Brigitte Montminy, a Minnetonka High School junior and Minnetonka resident, has volunteered with the ICA food shelf at least once a week for the last few years. Brigitte assists clients by bagging and weighing groceries and stocking shelves in the store. She also runs the front desk and checks in clients, verifying that they reside in our area, and informs clients of other community services available to them. ICA volunteer coordinator Rebecca McKenzie said, "Brigitte is a wonderful volunteer and is willing to do any task that is asked of her. She brings a light and calmness to our organization." Thank you, Brigitte. So now I'd like to introduce Larry Fonnest of the Golden Valley City Council, who will read the final group of award winners. And as I stand here tonight, I'm just impressed with everyone I'm seeing here tonight and this whole notion of caring. I think as we listen to the news and look around our country and our region, we need to care more. And it's so inspirational to see these youth demonstrating that in our city. So thank you so much. Larry?
Fiona O'Connell. And it would appear that Fiona is not with us this evening, but a little bit about her. Fiona O'Connell, a Minnetonka High School senior and Wayzata resident, has volunteered weekly with the ICA food shelf for the last year and a half. Fiona's service at ICA includes assisting clients with shopping, stocking shelves, and cleaning. ICA Food Shelf Volunteer Coordinator Rebecca McKenzie says, Fiona is so kind to our clients and makes them feel welcome. Her desire to help neighbors in need and stamp out hunger is admirable. Fiona O'Connell. Adam Pankow. And friend. Adam, a New Prague Middle School 7th grader and Lonsdale resident, volunteers for Helping Paws in Hopkins as a foster dog trainer. This is a huge commitment, and over the last 9 months, Adam has been training Harper every day at home and attending training classes once a week. Helping Paws social media and volunteer coordinator Brenda Howley said, "It is a big commitment for families to take a dog and train it in their home for 2 or 3 years. If we did not have volunteers like Adam, we would not have a program and be able to provide dogs to people who need them." Adam Pankow. Adam, congratulations. I'd like to invite both Andrew Pellerin and his brother Evan Pellerin to the podium. Andrew and Evan, Hopkins High School juniors and Minneapolis residents, have volunteered for Mobile Loaves and Fishes for the last 6 years. Their service includes preparing meals for 250 homeless people, loading the truck with meals, clothing, and toiletries, and keeping the truck serviced and running well. Mobile Loaves and Fishes leader Kathy Mlota shared, "These two young men bring a joyous and spirited energy to our team. Their can-do vision pushed them to organize a sock drive, They collected 500 pairs of socks to donate to the needy. I'm impressed by their unique awareness of others less fortunate." Andrew and Evan. Thanks, guys. Congratulations. Thank you. Felicia Peterson. Felicia, an Armstrong High School junior and Golden Valley resident, has volunteered for the Golden Valley Library over the last 3 summers. She helps to promote and present summer reading programs, creates teen book displays, and encourages summer reading among her friends. Golden Valley Library Youth Services librarian Mary Steinbricker shared, "Felicia's dedication to the library is evident not only in her volunteer service, but also in her love of books and reading. She is a tireless promoter of teen fiction, keeping me up to date on the latest titles and authors. She is conscientious, thoughtful, and environmentally aware, always riding her bike to the library." Felicia. Congratulations. Alex Quintero. Alex is a freshman at Hopkins West Junior High School and Hopkins resident, and has served as a student soccer coach for the last 2 years with the Minnetonka Park and Recreation Department. Alex is an outstanding mentor and teacher to young soccer players. Minnesota Youth Community Mentor Dominique Pierre Toussaint shared, "It is always a pleasure to have a former participant come back and serve their community. Alex is unselfish, appreciative, respectful, generous, and giving." Alex, congratulations. Dante Reminick. Dante is a Hopkins High School sophomore and Golden Valley resident and has raised funds for the past 3 years for a project he started and leads called Give a Goat. He raises money for goats to give to children, mostly orphans, in Uganda so they can pay for their education and have a means to buy food. Adrian Trangle from Global Village Connect shared, "Dante's original 50 goat donation at age 13 is now at over 3,000 goats to children in Uganda. Over 850 goats have been given, and due to births, there are now over 3,000 goats. There is a pay-it-forward component, which means that each child must give a female newborn to another child in need, so the number of recipients grows as well." Dante. Good job, young man. And I apologize in advance if I mispronounce your name. Hemanot Tadisi. How did I do? Okay. Hemanot, a Minnetonka High School freshman and Minnetonka resident, volunteers for Grace Lutheran Church in Deep Haven. Her services include leading youth in religious education, organizing crafts and activities, and engaging in service projects to support our community. Family Minister Director at Grace, Chris Adams, said, "Hemi's joy and contagious smile go a long way when we host events for the community. She leads others in her behind-the-scenes service and by caring for the kids. With a great listening ear, she has time for anyone who wishes to talk to her." Congratulations. Sammy Tomzak. Sammy, a Minnetonka High School senior and Minnetonka resident, has volunteered for All Saints Lutheran Church for the last 8 years. Her service includes helping with their confirmation program, participating in 3 mission trips, and fundraising and volunteering to support both local and international programs for those in need. Director of Youth and Family Ministries at All Saints, Christine Clemens, said, "Sammy has a strong heart for service and for the community of Minnetonka. Sammy serves humbly and lights up people's lives with her selflessness and warm smile." Congratulations. Yusuf Yusuf. Yusuf, a Hopkins High School senior and Minneapolis resident, volunteers weekly at Fairview Hospital, supporting patients through transportation assistance emotional comfort, and companionship, and assisting therapists with any tasks that are needed. Ali Kelsenberg from Tree Trust shared, "Yusuf has such a pure heart. He truly cares about those around him and wants to make all people feel like they are respected individuals. He truly does find joy and passion in his work." Thank you. That brings us to the conclusion of our awards ceremony, but in doing so, I'd like to do a shout out to our sponsors, the City of Golden Valley, City of Hopkins, City of Minnetonka, Hopkins Public Schools, Minnetonka Public Schools, and the Glen Lake Optimists. I'd also like to recognize the committee that helped pull together this evening's event. We have our own Molly Cummings, City Mayor of Hopkins, Dave Johnson, City of Minnetonka, and also with the Glen Lake Optimists, Louise Bagshaw, Youth Enrichment Program Manager, Minnetonka Public Schools, Jenny, that is, Bodruka, our Adult and Youth Coordinator, Minnetonka Public Schools, Andrea Sogren, Adult and Youth Enrichment Coordinator, Hopkins Public Schools, and finally Lisa Walker, Youth Programs Coordinator, Hopkins Public Schools. This does then conclude the awards portion of our program. Let's give all of our award recipients another round of applause. We invite all of the award recipients to come to the front of the room for a group photo. Parents and nominators, once we have finished taking the group photo, we will invite you to come forward to take your own photo. Please stay seated until that time. After photos, please enjoy some refreshments and feel free to stay and visit. Thank you very much for coming.